Good morning, welcome back to Jeffreys Bay. You're watching the J-Bay Open and we're into the second heat of the morning. It's an all goofy foot matchup. Two representing Brazil and one former Rookie of the Year. Italo Ferreira takes on Miguel Pupo, an Australian rookie, Ryan Callinan, in beautiful, rippable. Pupo with the most years on tour out of this three-pack. Qualified alongside Medina and John Florence a couple of years ago, and he got a wave during the break, Pete.
Yeah, this was right out of the gates, and one of the things that we're going to see here from these three backhanders is who can mix it up and show a little bit of variety. And Miguel Pupo, his success has come from his backhand. He's got great results at Snapper Rocks, and this would be something that he would be really comfortable coming to J-Bay. It's going to be great to watch this one.
Just like Bells Beach, it's rare to see a goofy foot go all the way in this contest. We'll get back to that story with a rider up. Miguel Pupo, always smooth. Float to snap. Nice hang time on the backhand float once again. Controls that top turn. Jams it under the lip. Now it's starting to run. Float to snap combinations seem to be the recipe for Miguel Pupo this morning. And a quick up and down behind him. Pupo had a 3.17 and a 2.0. So a relatively quiet start so far, but Pupo will be improving.
Those backside floaters is that you sometimes can see, especially on your forehand, you'll see a surfer stay at the bottom of the wave. Let's take a quick look here at Italo Ferreira. And again, chasing it down, but just too far behind and had to eject out of there. But on Pupo's wave, you'll see that in order for him to make the transition, he goes up and over the lip and comes around the corner, gets the snap. Again, now he's going to feel like he's behind it again, but he just chases it down, rides the top of the wave, which of course is going to be more difficult, and it is awe-inspiring. But only had he had three floater maneuvers, then a couple backhand snaps. So again, not showing a ton of variety, but ultimately he finished the wave. This is going to build on his score. He's going to keep that lead.
Always interesting, speaking to variety, especially for the backsiders on tour, the goofy foots at J-Bay. How many maneuvers can they really go to at a wave like this? Conversation, as he's solid in the top 5 picture. Now setting this one up with priority, the Australian Ryan Callinan. Now out in front for that backside carve, slamming it off the lip. This one's going to put him behind. So just a 2-turn combination, and Callinan was looking for an 8.63 to take the lead.
Long wait for that one, huh? And again, the choice there gets a little bit antsy when you sit and wait for that long a period of time, and you finally see a set wave. Maybe you knew that it probably was going to run pretty quickly, but you make that chance, take that chance, and unfortunate there for Ryan Callinan, this one too quick, and he really didn't get a ton of opportunity. He chases it down, finally gets to the open face here, but right when he does, the thing starts to run off really quickly again. So he carves it back, gets a 2-turn combo, but then the thing just chased off one more time, or runs off one more time, and not able to get around it. And that's that difficulty of the read here at J-Bay.
17:50 on the clock here. Priority is with Italo Ferreira with the set coming through. Beautiful lines out the back here at Jeffreys Bay. Italo takes the first one. A lot of speed, waiting for the first turn, under the lip hook. Slowly gets out in front of the open face. Another big section. Hits it off the top. Jams it right out in front, looking for more room here. A little bit of setup work. Whips it vertically, and he'll come out of it. Thinking about a finish, there'll be a lofty backhand float for Ferreira. Stays on his feet for the completion. Italo's best wave so far. Now coming from deep is Miguel Pupo. Pupo slowly emerging out in front, pulls into a high and tight section. Looking fairly messy. He goes down. Now Callinan will get involved in this exchange. Draws it under the lip. Needs to capitalize here. He throws it under the lip and ends up going down. Also seeing Italo and Pupo paddling back out at the same time. Pupo right next to him there with 16:30 remaining.
And down into impossibles, he was able to unleash a couple barrage of solid moves. Let's take a look at the replay here. Again, very beginning of this wave, he had to run down the line, but he kept the speed up, gets the big snap there, again, chasing it some more, and then now it finally starts to slow up a little bit for him. I like how he connects with the lip right there, again, keeping that speed down the line. That was a little tentative for him, but again, he's just always, you look over your shoulder and the wave just feels like it's going to close out on you. So you just got to make it move. There, a nice hooking snap. Anytime you get that board with the nose facing the other direction, and then a good finish with a big, lofty, unweighted floater. And of course, on a bigger set wave, going to be a pretty good score.
3 Goofy Foots in the lineup trying to take the lead in the second heat of this opening round of competition. For more on the backhand approach at Jeffreys Bay.
Even a little bit slower than the one before, so you'd have to change it up.
There you go. Kai's ready for the tempo. He's looking at the waves. He's going to be out there real soon. Check it out.
Thank you, Strider and Kai Otten. Kai Otten's made the final series out here multiple times. As you notice, this set would have a different tempo. Pupo able to capitalize. Nice, lively rock and roll backhand float. Going off speed now. He'll slow down his motion. Drawn out carve with the rebound. Now with the lip to hit, squares up vertically. Solid decision, slams on the brakes to pull into the barrel. It is racing down the bricks, and Pupo survives a beautiful section down on this inside corner. Pupo looking to improve on a 3-1-7. That score is long gone, Pete.
Oh, for sure. That was the best wave we've seen all morning from top to bottom. I mean, that one, he caught it way up there. Didn't have to chase it too long as this wave pace was perfect. Nice carve, and then up in there, bit of a float where he drifts on the top of the lip. But just see the pace of this wave. It gave him opportunities. He didn't have to chase it down here, especially at this inside corner, and that was exactly what Kai was talking about. He even had a cutback in this wave. So again, and then this vertical snap drifts the fins, and then this barrel lays back. Didn't get real deep, although the angle that the judges have, probably a little bit of a deception there. But I mean, a great wave. I mean, a good variety there. He had the float, he had the snap, he had the cutback. Again, so there's a variety of maneuvers. It's going to rival the Italo Ferreira wave. But ultimately, when you're doing it at J-Bay, it can be.
As we have a setup super deep for Ryan Callinan, he goes straight down. His best wave at 2-5, 2-3-3. Further down the line, Pupo's going to pick up the rest of this right-hander. Nice clean vertical. Onto the lip jam, getting down the line, running out of space. He has to kick out. Last wave for Pupo in at a 6.23. Italo's last wave is 6.83. Callinan still counting his 2 Rangers. So Callinan needing a 9.56. Ferreira a 5.23 will get him into first place and really spark off the lip with some classic backhand maneuvers. And as we come back from the break, we have more waves on the way. Callinan up. Nice clean first turn off the top. Little down carve down the line. Nice whip on that vertical snap into a carve. So multiple maneuvers for Callinan. Hard off the top again. Nice easy rhythm and tempo for the rookie. Jams it off the lip a couple of times and now kicks out. We'll catch up to the remaining part of this wave for Italo. A little bit more pep in his step towards the finishing move. He's looking for a 5.23. An important time for Callinan to get his wave, but he's just trying to break down a 9.56 P.
Yeah, and that was a perfectly paced wave for Callinan to kind of get relaxed and start to feel. I mean, I'm sure he would be having some nerves on that wave. You know, he didn't have priority. Actually, priority was sitting with Italo, and he chased underneath. If you watched first the replay of Italo from the outside here, and Callinan would have been right back in this heat had this wave not happened for Italo, because Italo looking solid. You know, this one had a bit of froth on the face left over from Ryan's wave, but this is going to add to his 6.83. You know, he has the highest single wave of this heat, and he was able to finish a complete wave here. This is going to extend his lead slightly, but Callinan with this wave, great. Like, again, he was able to kind of slip this one underneath because the waves moved in onto the reef and didn't allow Italo the ability to catch it. And then this is the type of wave that he needed right here, because he was able to kind of relax. He didn't have to feel like he was chasing anything down. Great rhythm, like you were talking about. Had some variety, some vertical. He was connecting with the lip, and he kicks out. that's that comfortable feeling that you got now. Okay, finally, I got one.
Multiple seasons on the qualifying series. Also has Mick Lowe in his corner, who finaled here in the Passage Bay. Up now is Italo Ferreira. Speedy little jam in the pocket into a wrap. Another carve off the top, backhand float. Wants a little bit more, he'll float it again. Always solid on his feet. Still waiting for the last two scores to factor in.
We just came off of some big events in Australia early season, which Callinan didn't have great results. As you watch the replay here, their judges are reviewing here, and this is that ability to that the judges have now with replay, is they can view it straight on. They can throw down comparisons. You know, the head judge's job at that point in time is to go, okay, look, this is what you have for this score right now already in the books.
From South Africa, from Brazil, from all over the world, head judge Richie Porta looking on this lineup as we check out the heat recap. 250 remaining, all goofy foot matchup. We always figured to be led by Italo Ferreira, but it's actually Pupo who took the lead to start, Pete.
Yeah, he did, you know, and he did it in good fashion. You know, he got that early start, but then Italo played some patience game and was able to pick up the bigger waves, and that really seems to me be the point of difference. But he's also getting those first maneuvers off and then also finishing strong, you know, with those big dynamic floaters on the end section. But Miguel's been giving it a run here. He's in this one. You know, he has a 6.23. Doesn't need a huge score in order to catch Italo. Only a 7.1 would do it for him. And there is some time here, 2 minutes to go. Maybe another set will show its place. But look at this one there. That wave got super hollow right there on the bricks. You know, he wasn't really barreled at that point. Looked like it from that angle. You know, but Italo, again, just a little bit of point of difference in the sense that he's gotten a little bit bigger waves, and he's shown a little bit more variety in my eyes. You know, again, those quick transitions, he's connecting with the lip as well as doing the big floats. You know, and Italo, just that little extra spark that he brings to the table.
Nice, beautiful vertical jam to finish for Italo Ferreira as he still has the lead with 1:40 remaining. Ferreira 6.8, 3.65, got those scores back to back. His last wave we just saw, a 5.4 that the judges were reviewing. Some subtle lines starting to approach here. Priority is with Miguel Pupo. He needs a 7.10 to turn this heat at the buzzer. And he'll get his opportunity now. Pupo squares up vertically, ditches his fins, but he goes down. And that's going to take away his chance to steal the victory. Pupo and Callinan will deal with round 2. World number 4, Italo Ferreira takes the win and skips right to round 3.
Good work, you know, but again, I think that's, again, the wind picked up a little bit, you know, and he knew that Miguel catching a kind of a smaller wave, he knew he had to do something special on that wave, so pushed the elements as we watch. That's the one thing about these guys that I love about, especially Gabriel and Italo, is that they actually almost feel like they're surfing sometimes switchfoot, you know, and you see right there, they're just so good at looking both directions, and then coming to find out that Gabriel Medina actually skateboards regular foot.
Isn't it so interesting?
It is.
And usually when you switch your stance, it's the most awkward feeling in the world.